Hello, my friends. Happy 2023. This is Ana Sarabia. I hope you had a great holiday season and that your prospects for 2023 are also filled with abundance in every aspect of your life, except for problems, obviously. Just a little bit with a sore throat. For whatever reason, I was sick in November, got COVID in December. And here I am still trying to shake off the sore throat and scratchy throat and so on and so forth. But other than that, really happy to be back. First full week of work of the season. Had the opportunity to go with the family over to Colorado for some incredible snow days. But now we're back. And besides, or in addition to saying Happy New Year, I wanted to go over what's the overlook for 2023. So everything that I've been reading so far, San Antonio, and as I've always said, real estate being a hyper-local activity, San Antonio really is doing really good. Still with a very low inventory, a little over 3 months of inventory. Houses are staying in the market a little bit longer. That is definitely a fact. But it always happens that way. Usually, January, people are exhausted from the holidays, and now they're shifting their mindset over to tax season, coming in April and March for corporations. So that's something that has always slowed down the activity, but that's not to say that people do not buy or sell during the first quarter of the year. So from what I'm hearing and what I'm reading regarding mortgage rates, definitely right now buy downs are still very popular. Since inventory is less, but buyers obviously are weary because of the higher interest rates. Again, buy downs are really popular. And we've explained what buy downs are in previous opportunities, but just to give you a little refresher, a buy down is when you, as a buyer, have the seller pay X amount of dollars to be able to buy down your rate. So this is perfectly allowed, it is perfectly legal, and that in essence helps the seller have a less impact on a discounted price. For example, let's say he listed the house for $300,000. Instead of coming down to $280,000, he can give $10,000 to the buyer so that he can buy down the rate, making it easier for the seller and a less impact than another bigger price drop, because it will make more sense on the buyer end to have that into their buy down than as a reduction on the sales price. If you have any questions on that, feel free to reach out to me, because I do understand that it's a little tricky and complicated, but the reality is it makes sense for really both parties. So buy downs are still great, but what they're saying is, or the majority of the news that I am currently reading do state that rates are going to start coming down in 2023, because in a way inflation is it's being controlled, so there is no need for other hikes, and we'll start seeing those prices come down. As far as foreclosure goes, yes, there was an uptick on foreclosures in 2022, but they're still at historically low levels. And the reason behind that is because most sellers have serious equity in their homes, so they're not going to allow their homes to go into foreclosure and them losing the equity that they currently have in their home. So a little uptick on the number of foreclosures, but definitely still at historic lows. And so the reality is, yes, we're in definitely a shift of a market. A lot of people seem to think, that things are back to normal. I don't think that they will go back to where we were, because keep in mind, what we had starting in 2020 was a once in a generation event, COVID, that basically affected everything that happened, the aftermath of the crazy thing that we had in 2021, where people would pay over $100,000 just to get into a home. And yes, there's a big possibility that if someone purchased a property 2 years ago and they have to sell, yes, they're probably going to take a hit on that. There was no profit to be made there for sure. But the reality is that most agents out there, those agents that don't take seriously what's going on and understand what's going on in the market, might hurt the opportunity for buyers to get the best price of a home, and for sellers, you know, getting the best price by not knowing what needs to happen to make a deal come together. So I will be coming in another opportunity with the latest numbers for the Alamo City for sure, but this is just a big picture view of what's going on in the market. Again, thank you so much for supporting us in 2022. We had a great year, and we're looking forward having an awesome year in 2023. Thank you again so much. Subscribe to our channel if you're interested in getting updated real estate news here in South Texas. And thank you so much. Happy 2022.